Hello everybody, welcome to the Daily Brick. My name is Nick, and today we're looking at set number 43247, Young Simba, the Lion King. This set is incredible for multiple reasons, and there are just so many cool details, especially building techniques in this thing, that just make it so worth it to take a look at. I just did a review for Stitch, and this is really cool compared to that. Its size is huge. Like, I need you guys to know, if you don't have one of these, the scale for Simba, with my hand as comparison, is huge. He's more than a foot tall. He sits that way on his own. You can have him positioned in two different positions, I believe. I was incorrect about it being able to move to different positions. That is strictly on the 101 Dalmatians set. This set is stagnant, but it is fantastic nonetheless. I want to get right into the details, so we're actually going to start with the head and make our way down. Starting with Simba's head, we do have some fantastic detailing up there right at the tippy top, and that is perfect. You just got some little tufts of fur, and that works so well, just using some different tiled off slopes, and that works perfectly. You do have fur that also goes into the ears, which is just really cool. It kind of like encapsulates the ears all together, and I love that it sort of captures the ears right there, and it captures it perfectly from animation. Like, I love the black lines, the outline of the actual ear, and it makes it look like he's straight up drawn from the movie. And then, like I was talking about, those are the tufts of fur right up here on the top of his head. Right here for the eyes, we do actually have 2x2 printed disc tiles. Those have the rim of the actual iris, and then you have the pupil in black, and then you've got these two little dots of white, and that's just to represent some different coloration in his eye. You do have the snout that sort of comes out from this car hood right here. It goes down into here, two more of these slopes. It's the 2x3 with the different size slopes, but they're connected. And then you also have some pink for his nose. You've got some amazing detailing here, just using these 2x2, these, I don't even know what to call these. These are like curved, tiled off. I don't even know the official name. And you also have the whiskers. Something that I talked about in the Stitch video is that they use these antenna pieces in straight up tan, which we've never had before, I don't believe, as far as I know. And then they represent whiskers. That's so cool. And on the side, I'm actually going to turn them a little bit as well. You have two of these antennas, but you also have one of these, and this is one of these sparring swords that you'd find for something like fencing in one of those minifigures, and they are used a lot for antennas a lot. For the mouth, you are not able to make it open and close, so his mouth is going to be open all the time, so there's nothing really that you can do about that. But if I turn it this way, you can see that there are little tufts of fur that come off here, and those are just those rocky pieces that they use. They use a lot of those in here to represent different tufts of fur, and I love the use of that piece in buildable characters because it is a really good representation of fur, so it's honestly perfect. There are some more that run along right down here, and you have these 2x2 pointed tile slopes right there. Those are pretty cool. And then you also have, again, the ears just outlined in black, and you can turn them around, and those are tiled off on the back. Those look so good. Those are so nice. The back of his head is good too. There's a lot of there's no studs, so that's pretty cool. I do like that Lego is kind of refined to how many studs are showing nowadays, as well as the amount of detailed pieces that are being manufactured in these different colors, especially this light bright yellow. There was not a lot of these colors out there for specific pieces, but since the set has come out, there are now a ton, so that is really cool. I really like that, and the head is attached at an angle, but it's pretty complicated. You can actually take Simba's head, and you can sort of do this. You can make sure it's oriented in different ways, so you can sort of turn this back and forth, but it is kind of, I think it's attached by some Technic on there in the neck. I unfortunately did not build this one, but we do have a bunch of different bar and clip combinations in the neck to make sure that that head is staying up at the right angle. I don't know if you can see that right there. There is a bar right there, and that's kind of what's attached to that. And then there is one back here at the back of the neck too, so it sort of holds it up from the back. So that is really cool, really smart building techniques. And let's get into the rest of the body. So on the stomach, you do see just a lot of those really, really big sort of paneling pieces, and that worked really well. And that continues all the way on to the back, and the legs as well. So you do have a lot of different slopes that give off the curvature of the legs. That works so amazing. It literally looks like a real cat sitting down. I think they learned a lot from the tuxedo cat. I think that if that set were to be made into different prints, you know, so you could have like calicos and grays and tabbies, stuff like that, then you 100% could use this as a framework for the body. I think this is perfect. I love the paws. All of them are using these big 2x2 sloped pieces, and those are just kind of like domes. Those are awesome. And then they also use the capped off dome pieces, so it's just like the half domes. So those are really cool, and you can see those at the front of each of the paws right there in the very front. And then the arms and legs, they do just have a ton of slopes, like I said, so it does tile everything off. It's very nice, it's very smooth, and I think that these studs where they do show are very appropriate to represent even more fur. So I think this set is really good. I just am still not a fan of these buildable characters. I think that the tail is also fantastic. You do have one of these big trunk pieces, again, all in bright light yellow, so you have a lot, bright light orange, I'm sorry. So you do have a lot of new pieces in this color that did not really have a lot of use until now. And I think that if people were to get more Simbas for mocks, this would be really cool for anything that could use a lot of this color. Again, the tail using some of those trunk pieces. You've got a large branch piece right here into the classic branch pieces right here. Now into what is, I call it as a dragon horn, because it's used a lot in Ninjago as dragon horns, and it's also used as trees in Harry Potter and Ninjago as well. So it's a very versatile piece, but it does sort of just attach right here, and that goes down into a brown bush for the bush of his tail. I love that so much. That is such a good detail. That is so cool too, especially since that is a piece that we've been getting in brown for a long time. So like, why would they need to recolor anything? So that is really cool. I love that tail. I love the way that the tail sort of curves up from the base into the bush of fur right there. That is so cool. This whole set is just really fantastic. I don't think there's a whole lot wrong with it. I think that if you look at the symbol a little too hard, you'll get a little bit of a nightmare fuel, but that's okay. That is something that we do not have to worry about. It is just really detailed. Again, I love the use of the pieces in this set. I think that so many pieces are utilized so well. One thing that I did actually forget to talk about when we were talking about Simba's face is that, as you can see, the rims of the eyes are actually made using not only hot dogs for the eyebrows, but they're made using rims for tires, and that is just in a nougat color, so that is fantastic. Overall, this Simba is a set that Disney is going to learn their lesson from, and Lego. This set is going to sell, and I'm pretty sure it has sold quite a bit since its inception, and there is just a lot of really good about this. I think that this pushes the Lego designers in a really good direction, a way to create new sets based on brand new building techniques and new pieces as well. There's just a lot of pieces that are really utilized super well in this set that give off different curves that we would not have been able to see 5-10 years ago. So I think that Lego is definitely going in the right direction with this set. Anyways, that is going to be all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.